Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Anna Kane, you have been forced by the judge to reveal your identity as a Jane Doe. Now, you guys had a tell. Remember when we said that the Diddy cases are going to be complicated? We need to talk about one of the most complicated cases before Diddy's team can get their hands on it and spill this tea that they feel like they're holding, that they feel like will completely discount this woman. Anna Kane. She is a woman, young. She is a mother and she used to be a wife. When you dive into Anna Kane's background, you now see why they were trying to keep her as a Jane Doe. And you see why Diddy's team thinks that they can get this lawsuit knocked out if they can expose their past. Now, you guys, listen, we got to talk about this. We believe all victims. Suffering that type of horrific thing as a junior or a sophomore in high school with Diddy is horrible. She says that it affected her with life, it affected her mental, it affected a lot. And it seems like Diddy's team is going to pull up these receipts that we need to discuss first. Okay. One, um, Anna Kane was married to Evander Kane. Okay. Her ex actually said that she has mental issues and demanded that she be mentally evaluated because he said that she faked a pregnancy. They're saying that Evander Kane's divorce has just taken another nasty turn. This is directly from TMZ. Again, I don't think that there's any point in acting like this isn't happening or hoping Diddy's team doesn't make a big display out of it because they 100% will. She says she will not be shamed. She is not ashamed. And I'll tell you what, her and her husband seemed like they had a very toxic relationship, both of them. But let me read the information and let me see, does this change your mind on anything? Okay. Um, the NHL player is now claiming his ex fakes a pregnancy the last few months, and he's asking a judge to order her to take a mental exam to prove she's fit to care for their daughter. I do believe that she did lose custody of her daughter. And in the new court docs, and this was back in 2021, um, it was obtained by TMZ Sports. Uh, he says his estranged wife, Anna Kane, has been lying to him about her pregnancy since July. The San Jose Shark star claims up until early this month, he had believed Anna was pregnant with their second child, which was due in February. Evander says Anna had spoken about the baby often and says he had seen her belly grow with his own eyes throughout the last several weeks. However, he says after he reviewed recent medical bills, it was brought to his attention that Anna had actually had an abortion way back in July of 2022. He accused Anna of pretending to be pregnant for months, going as far as wearing some sort of pregnancy belly to deceive him and cause him mental trauma. He says all of it is so deeply disturbing, he's worried about the potential impact it might have on the couple's daughter. And he's now requesting the court step in and give him full custody of their girl while also ordering Anna to undergo an examination to prove she's mentally stable. Now, Anna did reply to this. She said in her own court docs that she did have an abortion in July and acknowledged I was less than forthcoming with him in regards to my decision. She made it in the docs that she did not inform him or the court that she was no longer pregnant. However, she said she never wore any sort of prosthetics in an attempt to look pregnant. She also claimed in her docs that she is mentally stable and fully capable of caring for the couple's daughter and is asking the court to deny the request. He has been granted temporary custody of the child with a hearing on the matter slated in December of 2021. Now, keep in mind from this, he was cheating on her. Okay. Keep in mind also that they had a very toxic, tumultuous relationship. Okay. The relation had been contentious since she filed for divorce back in July, with both parties accusing the other side of heinous things. Why is that important and both parties accusing each other of heinous things? Well, quite simply because they were both making crazy accusations at each other. Um, it is unclear how much was actually proven. He claimed that she did assault him. He did get a restraining order. When he got the restraining order, she tried to show up at a hockey match. he demanded that she actually be escorted out. Again, he's also on camera holding a pow pow at her, aimed at her. She ran to the police and actually reported it. He then lied and said that it was a stunt pow pow, right? And the police, well, I don't know if he lied, but he told the police it was a stunt pow pow. And then he ran and got a restraining order on her, saying the reason that he held a pow pow up to her is because he was afraid for his life. A lot of people scoffed at that, quite frankly, because, and let's be real, he was a multimillionaire. He is a hockey god. Um, and a lot of people were on his side, but a lot of people actually rolled their eyes on that. There is a video where he points the pow pow at her in a video, but he said it's from a photo shoot. What photo shoot did you do that had it? Why was it in the house? And why would you point it up? And even if it wasn't real, she thought it was real. Anyway, she released a video on Wednesday showing him pointing a pow pow at her, but the hockey player says the whole thing is not as it appears. They're in the middle of an extremely contentious divorce. This is in 2021 December, and posted the footage on her social media saying it showed him with a loaded firearm. In the clip, he's wearing a white button-down shirt, and he can be seen walking into the garage with the pow pow before he eventually raised it in the air and then pointed it in her direction. Um, she said he's pointing a loaded gun at me. He's a psychopath. His attorneys, though, says the video is intentionally taken out of context and claim it's yet another tactic by Anna to defame Evander in the public eye. Um, I saw the video. It looked really, really weird, and he did look like he was acting funny. Um, they said she posted videos taken intentionally out of context from a professional photo shoot. Both parties participated back in 2020. Even if this is true, why are you holding it up? And on the video, she's acting like it's real. Why are you holding it up and aiming if it was just something that was just taken out of context? One second. Evander said that Anna, the woman accusing Diddy, hit him multiple times and faked a pregnancy from us. Anna, meanwhile, claimed Evander sexually assaulted her, hit her on multiple occasions, and bet on his own NHL games. Now, oddly enough, one of the reasons he was so furious is because he actually got a huge suspension because it found out she leaked that he had been doing insider gambling on his games were directly illegal. Okay. Evander, who was waived by the San Jose Sharks last month and assigned to AHL San Jose Barracuda, has vehemently denied all accusations. However, she did actually expose her. He then went on to get a restraining order against her, saying, I'm afraid of her after her gun video post. Now, let me just say this, right? It's wild to me that you were pointing that loaded firearm at her in a video, and then you run and get a restraining order saying you're afraid for your life. However, um, he is he also said that he was fearful that Anna might hurt his new girlfriend. If you guys don't know, she was the mother of his young child. She found out he was cheating on her. It was a whole thing. Go back and sports. Why am I bringing this up? Because we hear that Diddy plans to release this information and use it to hurt the victim, saying you lied about this, so you lied about that. There's no proof that she lied with her ex husband at all. And as a matter of fact, if you go into what happened to her with her ex husband, it seems like two toxic people having a really, really toxic tit for tat back and forth. Who knows where the truth is? I do know this, right? To be a victim is a very complicated thing. And this is why people try to protect the innocent and the young, and why people like Diddy need to be put away. Because that type of trauma that you experience at an early age can follow you. It doesn't just get healed in therapy in a year, it follows you through your life. It informs and colors and motivates your choices, romance, your choices for conflict resolution, your choices as to what you think are boundaries. Now, do we know if anything her ex was accusing her is true? No, we don't, because the court never really ruled on it. What we can say is, I think it's a far cry, a laughable that Diddy would try to use, very laughable that Diddy would try to actually use someone's contentious divorce proceedings 30 years or 20 years after what you did to her as a sophomore in high school. Again, what she did or what happened between her and her husband has nothing to do on what happened when this girl was 17 years old. And as much as everybody wants to believe the Cassie fantasy, which is you go from being a sex trafficking victim who's heavily addicted to being loved and cherished and honored by your husband, Cassie truly is, in her story, truly is one in a million. Because the truth is, for people that have been violated, people that have been doing this, and this is why people want money from Diddy and why they're suing Diddy, is because that type of level of shame, of self loathing, of hatred, of guilt that comes from this literally sets you on a path to destruction that many people never recover from. Again, these are accusations that were made by a one-time spouse who was cheating and wanted to leave her with nothing. She blew up his spot and let the NHL know that he had been insider betting on his games, almost cost him his whole career. They were going back and forth. Again, it is well publicized and it will leak soon because Diddy's team thinks they're sitting on a gold mine. But I will say this, the truth does not need any motivation. And regardless what happened and these unsubstantiated claims, her bid for justice will not be denied. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.